What is going on, Lucid fans? Welcome back to Fanatic Journey. So today is a very much red day. We are breaking down on a lot of technicals. So today with me, I got Bullish Mindset. We are going to be talking about technicals because right now the sell-off and rallies over the last little bit have largely been linked to technicals. I'm going to break that all down for you, and we are going to talk on and give you our price prediction as well. But before I get into any of that, making sure you guys smashing the thumbs up and subscribing, greatly appreciate that. And also pop over to my Discord, link in the description below. It's a free chat, a lot of good people. And with that said, let's get right to it. So Bullish Mindset, I appreciate you joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Let's talk some Lucid.
Let's do it. Okay, so as you guys can see at the very top right here, it is down 6.23%. So very much, even looking on intraday charts, not much positive things to say. There's a lot of fear out in the market despite the Tesla good earnings, in fact. But when it comes down to it, just the Fez and more fear is just outweighing absolutely everything. You can even see at the very top, major indexes are very much red. So when it comes down to it, though, I strongly feel there has been some minor catalysts here and there causing a little bit more bumps, more specifically about the GT performance model coming out, but largely everything else has just been linked to technicals. So we're going to talk about some technicals in addition to going over some updated data points. So short interest as of right now on Lucid is 20.42%, pretty stagnant from 1 week prior. Utilization is 100%. Day by day change is actually up 0.03%, which works out to be ultimately 777,000 shares being additionally shorted. I don't know if that's a lucky thing, 777. But oddly enough, cost to borrow has been going down severely. So its cost to borrow average is 4.29%. So the mere fact is, again, when I like to go over a lot of technicals and data points, you usually have to piece together something to find some bullish signals. And if you get enough of them, then that usually signals that we are at the bottom. When I have been looking at short interest recently, cost of borrow being as cheap as it is, 4.29%, which usually will incentivize shorts to increase their position. The mere fact is that they're not doing that, finds it that they don't see it worthwhile to short at these levels. So obviously, Bullish Mindset, we have been going over shorts on a lot of live streams and everything like that. What's your take on short interest? Do you think there's going to be still a short squeeze? Do you think shorts aren't really adding for some particular reason? What's your take on that?
I think that Lucid has a lot of upcoming catalysts that could honestly push Lucid up and could squeeze a little bit. Not a full-on short squeeze, but something that brings us back to the mid to high 20s and maybe even the 30s. Being down under $20 is something that a lot of people were fearful, especially people that were doing reading stock charts and things like that. So I think that with Lucid, you just need to wait for another positive catalyst. We're already seeing a momentum of a bunch of positive things coming out, as well as price increases and Grand Touring P, that's a new performance model, as well as the NVIDIA partnership. So I think it's just a matter of time before Lucid pushes back up.
Fair enough. And so despite the red day, looking at Interactive Brokers, I do have a link to them in the description below, and also I'll put it in the comments, but I find it very odd that the social sentiment is actually very positive. So again, take that how you see that. There might be a lot of different external circumstances, and typically in the past, I've attributed when there is a positive sentiment, definitely it does show that we're below our intrinsic value and we are getting a new rush of new buyers, more specifically value investors. So then that most likely is a attributing factor. Let me know in the comments below what you do think about that. But again, going back to Ortex as well, with Ortex, I do have a link to them in the description below as well, in case you are interested about short interest and various other things. So like I said, I'm going to talk on some technicals, very, very oversold technicals to say the least. So right now I have the 50, 100, 200-day moving averages, Bollinger Bands, RSI, stochastic, and momentum. Stochastic is at 11, extremely oversold. Anything below 20 in that regard is oversold. No defined trend as of right now. Momentum, you can see, is extremely low. It is actually at -6. Anything below 0 shows that we are losing buyers on a daily basis, and more so. Now RSI is currently at 35 as well, and looking on the actual charts, technically we're breaking down on the technicals big time. And again, just popping over to the Fibonacci, we did break below today that dreaded S2 point. So 1995, that is something that we definitely needed to stay above. We had a little bit of support, a lot today, but unfortunately not enough to keep above that. So Bullish Mindset, what is your take on this? So hypothetically, I know we both have a very long-term mentality. But where, if you were to call a bottom, where would you call the bottom at?
Well, when I look at the chart, we're seeing a ton of different bounce backs when it does get to like the 1950 mark. I mean, we haven't even passed that once since we went public. CCIV was the last time that we actually went down to the 1950 mark. And it was close to that on an intraday trading when we did go down past, I think, 17 when it was around the pipe investment, but that did not close at that mark. So I honestly think that what we're going to be seeing is just a quick bounce back. I don't think that we will get to 18. I don't think that we would see 15. I know this is in threes, but being down past the 20s, I do see a quick reversal. This is the entire growth market. We can see that on even if you go into even Webull, you can see that a lot of these companies like SoFi, Rocket Labs, they're all down, and it's because of they're following the entire market. So I just feel like this industry is oversold, and growth and innovation as well as disruption are completely undervalued right now. And I just see us kind of bouncing back and not hitting 18.
Fair enough. Me particularly, I think that a lot of growth stocks aren't really going to reverse until after the next Fed meeting, which is going to be at the beginning of May. So we do have roughly about a week and a half left of possibly more pain. Again, we're now both not financial advisors, so do your own due diligence at the end of the day. But if I was to choose where a bottom might be, again, we did break past this. Hypothetically, the S3 is 17. So I strongly feel that we will be trading between the S3 and the S2. So 1703 to 1995. But if I was to choose a actual price, I would say 1750 is the low, which even in general is actually a pretty significant dip from this. So again, there's a lot of fear in the market. People are going to take advantage of this. But when it comes down to it, though, we both have long-term investments and long-term mentalities when it comes down to this. But with all that said, though, don't forget to smash the thumbs up, subscribe. If you have been buying, give yourself a shout out in the comments below. You definitely deserve that. And with that, don't forget to pop over to Interactive Brokers. Link is in the description below. Pop over, and it has a lot of good information. Like I mentioned, I'm going to put it in the comments below as well. Bullish Mindset, appreciate you joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay, so also Bullish Mindset's contents and his Twitter and YouTube, all of that is going to be in the description below as well. Pop over there, subscribe, follow, do all that fun stuff. He's doing also a giveaway at 500 subscribers. He is also very close to that, 25 subscribers away. So definitely pop over there and give him a follow and a subscribe. So with all that, appreciate you guys watching, and let's all make a lot of money on Lucid.
Let's do it.